Hello and welcome to this special presentation of Verified, which is coming to you from the ground here in Morbi, Gujarat, where since Sunday, the tragedy that has taken place since then, we have continuously been reporting and trying to get you all the details of the investigation and how the city is coping up with this tragedy. I am Ankit Tyagi. This is our brand new show, Verified on NDTV. Let me very quickly start with this big breaking news which is coming in at this moment, because since the morning and since the last couple of days, we have been raising the question of why the people on the other side, the municipal corporation of Morbi, they have not been questioned, and is the investigation or the investigators, are they giving them the long rope? At least on the fourth day of this entire tragedy, the latest news coming in at this moment right at top of 10 p.m. here on Verified is that Sandeep Singh Zala, the chief municipal officer of Morbi Municipal Corporation, who was one of the key members on day one. In fact, he came out and he suggested that it was the no certificate was taken. It was not somehow their fault. They did not know that the bridge was open. Was called in for questioning for 4 hours by the investigating team today. My colleague Tanushri Pandey, who has been on the ground right at the spot from the time this incident took place, getting us all the details on this. Tanushri, this is a significant development. Also, first time in this case in the last 4 days, an officer who is attached to the government of Gujarat has been called in for questioning. What happened there?
Absolutely, Ankit. True. Ankit, in fact, NDTV has been questioning that why the police is not questioning those people who were actually responsible for the collapse of this bridge, the people who did not, follow the safety procedures rather than arresting some security guards and some ticket collectors. And today, as you rightly mentioned, an important development has taken place. Sandeep Singh Zala, who is the chief of the municipal corporation of Morbi, he was called in for questioning by the Morbi police. He was questioned for about 4 hours. Important documents related to the agreement with the Oreva company, Ajanta Oreva company, and the municipal corporation were seized by the police. Police also talked to him about the MU, the memorandum of understanding, which took place between the municipal corporation and the Ajanta company. Police also tried to establish a trail as to when this agreement was signed, under what kind of understanding, under what kind of rules and norms was this agreement signed. Police also asked him one very important question, that whether how many people can go on that bridge, whether that count was confirmed,
Yes.
whether that count was established before signing this agreement. So this is an important agreement. This
Okay.
is an important development, Ankit, that the chief election officer,
Absolutely, Tanushri. I also wanted to
the
understand from
chief
you,
of
at least
municipal
it
corporation was
seems that
called
the
in.
wheels of this investigation have finally started to move in some direction that we have been raising questions about right from day one. Any word still, as far as the police is concerned, on the Oreva Group owners? When are they, in fact, going to the top management? Is there any clue? Are they trying to search for them? Any word about that?
Well, the SP of Morbi was questioned this morning, and he very categorically said that we are not trying to shield anyone. We are trying to establish the trail as to why the agreement was given to a company which was inexperienced. And be rest assured that the police is going to book and take action against all those who are fined, who's basically, they are found out to be culpable in the matter. So the police here is clearly saying that they are not trying to shield any person, uh, even if that person is politically related or not. But let's really hope that heads roll, because this is a huge tragedy, Ankit, as we have been reporting from the ground. But as of now, the
Absolutely.
owner of Ajanta
Absolutely.
Oreva company's name has not been included in the FIR. But also, I'm learning that there is a huge pressure on the police to basically expedite the entire investigation and book all those who were responsible behind this bridge collapse.
Election season, as we know, is just around the corner. It is actually on, and the dates would be announced soon. So, of course, the pressure on the government, on the police, to make sure that the anger of the people, which we have witnessed firsthand on the streets of Morbi, that at least is in fact some way, somehow is they try to calm those tempers down by bringing the real culprits of this entire tragedy in front of the law. Thank you so much, Tanushri, for joining us. We are hoping that the police walks the talk on what they have in fact said today. Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, I am at a location. It's very surreal to stand here. This is the other end of the bridge, of the suspension bridge that broke that and fell, and people fell into the river. 135 died. I'm standing at the other end. Since last 2-3 days, we have been reporting from the Darbargar's end. This time at the Swami Narayan temple end, and it's surreal just to stand here and see that 135 people have lost their life at this very spot. There are, since last few days, people coming in, and this has become a tragedy tourism spot as well. And why I'm saying that? Because what you see behind me right now, this, ladies and gentlemen, is what used to be the hanging bridge of Morbi, the very famous hanging bridge of Morbi. This is the mangled remain of what was the bridge, and this has all the evidence that will point out, that you need to see, that you need to understand, of how callous behavior, greed of the industrialists, of the people, those who got the contract, and absolute negligent behavior of the municipality, which was supposed to check that everything is in order, resulted in murder. And I'm using that word with great responsibility, murder of 135 people, including children as young as 2 years old. I will tell you what all I found here, because you must have been just hearing about these evidences, rusted wire, bad quality work, all that in this report. Let me now show our viewers what it translates to. This is the first time that you'll be seeing on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. We have been talking about the rusted wire. We've been talking about, what the bridge was made of. This is what it looked like. This is the criminal negligence that cost 135 people their lives. This wire is the main wire. This is the other end of the bridge. Yesterday I was at the Darbargar's end, and this time is the Swami Narayan temple end, where the remains of this deadly bridge have been kept. Now, this wire that you see behind me is the main wire on which the entire bridge was hanging. So there were two such wires. One is still intact. This is the one that snapped and broke. We were talking about how the police in the report has said that it was rusted. This is the live evidence that I'm showing you, how badly rusted this wire is. Look at this coupling. Look at every joint of this wire. Look at every nut and bolt of this wire, which is absolutely rusted. Even the suspenders, from which so basically the bridge, this is the main wire on which there are these suspenders which are put. Look at their condition. They are completely rusted. I move my hand on this like this. This is how it looks like. It completely comes out just with the movement of my hand. The rust you will see here, which is coming out. This is the part of the bridge that broke. And what exactly was done in the name of renovation or in the name of strengthening this bridge? These aluminum sheets were put on which people were walking. These aluminum sheets were the ones which were put replacing the wooden planks which held this bridge together, on which the people could walk earlier. They were, the base of this was made out of these iron, in fact, it doesn't seem iron, but, this steel material, these steel beams, as to say, these beams have completely been twisted because of the weight. Now, what the team which did this entire renovation, which was Oreva company, which got this contract and subcontracted it to Dev Prakash Solutions and Fabricators. Dev Prakash Solutions and Fabricators are the ones, those who were responsible for doing this entire work. They had no prior experience. I went to their office, which is about 90 kilometers from here, and people told me that their primary job is wielding. I mean, they are iron wielders, and they have an iron go down there, where their office is, which is locked right now. Both the father and son, Prakash Parmar and Devang Parmar, have been arrested by the police. They are accused number 3 and 4, as far as the 9 accused, those who have been arrested. But this, Maha, is the evidence which tells you, and this is also what the FSL has chopped using gas cutters and have taken a part of this. Look at the negligence, or rather in fact, the willful criminal negligence which costed people their life. The weight was so much because these wires were not, in fact, changed, that these wires, like you will see, any kind of rope, right? These wires came out. Look at this. They have been completely untangled. This is how these wires are supposed to be. They're completely untangled in this entire heap that you would see of steel, of iron, of aluminum sheets, which is kept here. This tells you a story, not only a deadly, sad story, which cost 135 people their lives. There are few still missing, which I can see the boats still carrying on with their rescue operation. But it also tells you what a collusion, a criminal collusion between the authorities, the Morbi Municipal Corporation, the Oreva Group, did as far as this entire tragedy is concerned. There are a lot of people. It has now become a sight, for people to come and see the remains of this tragedy. I would just like to show our viewers how these aluminum sheets, even here, how the cost was cut, how the money was made. Just look at this. It has completely, this seems like between the aluminum sheets, they have just put some sort of a mesh. It is a plastic mesh which is between these aluminum sheets, which, according to the Oreva company, their MD, Jaisukh Patel, and also by Devang Parmar, who was present on 24th when the bridge was inaugurated, they were saying that the bridge is lighter, much stronger, and can take much more weight. The fact is that there was no weight testing, sustainability testing which was done, which resulted, and they absolutely had no idea of how many people can they in fact put on this bridge. They only wanted to make sure and make use of this window of the Gujarati New Year, get as many people as they can on this bridge and make few bucks as far as this entire operation is concerned. आप बता रहे थे कि आप पहले भी यहाँ पर आते थे. कितने रुपए में इस पुल पे जा पाते थे आप लोग?
5 रुपया में आवता हूँ.
5 रुपए में.
हाँ.
और अब इतना बढ़ गया.
आप अभी 17 टिकट हो गया. 17 रुपये.
17 रुपए का टिकट हो गया था. ये जो भाई साहब यहाँ पर खड़े हुए हैं, मैं इनसे थोड़ी देर पहले बात कर रहा था, ये बता रहे थे, सर आपके टाइम में कितने लोग इस पे आप आते थे?
100 आदमी आते थे. 100 आदमी आते थे. वो सामने साइड में रोक देते थे. 100 आदमी इधर आ जाए, फिर दूसरे 100 आदमी को.
अच्छा.
और स्टेट के जमाने में तो ये 18 आदमी के लिए ही बना था.
राजा के टाइम में सिर्फ 18 आदमी इस पे जा सकते थे.
हाँ. तब तो ये पुल मजबूत था हमारे जमाने में, और लकड़े का जो सीट था. अब तो ये कितना साल हो गया? आज 52 साल तो मेरा हो गया है.
So this tells you, ladies and gentlemen, that all those claims that this was a renovation work, it was a repair work, the pull was being made sturdy, they fall flat. And it was in broad daylight in front of the Morbi Municipal Corporation that all this kind of work was done. And the result was 135 people losing their lives and many families completely devastated. I just want to very quickly also tell you about an important information that NDTV was able to access. And that information, of course, comes from the remand order of the 9 accused who have been arrested by the Morbi police as far as this case is concerned. Yesterday, Morbi prosecution, the police, they presented their facts in front of the judge, and the accused got a 4-day police custody. Now, very important information has come out of that remand order and the copy. Let's take a look at the important highlights of what has come out, in fact, as far as this entire remand copy and order that has been accessed by NDTV earlier today. I will very quickly, I'll request, our producers to, in fact, put out those details as well. The order, the remand order, very clearly lists out a series of lapses. Police had now also added 2 extra charges as far as this case is concerned. In fact, the police has added section 336 and section 367, negligence to endanger public life, among the other sections that were already mentioned in the FIR. 2 Oreva mid-level officials and 2 subcontractors are already in jail. These 2 subcontractors, ladies and gentlemen, are very important. I'll tell you their story as well. The contractors opened the bridge before the December deadline, anticipating crowds, revenue during the festival season. In fact, this is what has been told by the police and the prosecution to the judge. They also said that materials used for the bridge increased this entire weight of the bridge. No emergency evacuation plans were put, and subcontractors were unqualified and just painted and polished the bridge to open it for the public. Now, these are very, very serious, in fact, observations which have come out during the investigation by the police, which points out to 10 big lapses that we have been able to point out, we have been able to gather as far as this entire case is concerned. Take a look at what are these 10 big lapses on the part of the Morbi Municipal Corporation and also the company which cost people their lives. Now, as far as the contractors are concerned, as I told you, they were not qualified for such work, unqualified, yet the same firm, the Oreva company, which went under the name of Ajanta Manufacturing Private Limited, was getting this contract since 2007. It very clearly tells you that there was continuous, in fact, patronage to this group by the Municipal Corporation of Morbi from 2007 till 2022 October when this incident took place. The cable suspension was rusted, and I just showed you live evidence of that, in fact, rust and the condition of the wire which was not changed. The incident would not have happened if the cable would have been repaired or changed. Possibly that was the most important thing that they should have done. Apart from that, only platform was changed in the sense that it was only repaired, and suspension cables were not even touched. The bridge opened without determining the permissible capacity. Bridge opened without government approval. No life-saving equipment and lifeguards were deployed, and no documentation of repair. This is very, very significant that there is not a single document which was kept by the subcontractor and the company, Oreva company, of what kind of repair work are they doing, of what kind of material they have used so far. 2 crores was said to be spent on this. The police and the government thinks and the prosecution thinks that only 27 lakh rupees were spent. What happened to the other amount? That is also a big question. While talking about the subcontractors, as I was telling you earlier, they had zero experience of this entire repair work. They have never done this. Why was it that they were given this contract? The company in question, because it was subcontracted by Oreva Group, is Dev Prakash Solutions and Fabricators. They are about 90 kilometers. Their office, it's a very little known company. Nobody knows much about it. We just somehow found out on internet that they are 90 kilometers from here at a different location. We went there to try and understand what was their business, how big is their business. This is what I found about Dev Prakash Solutions, which is run by father-son duo Prakash Parmar and Devang Parmar. Dev Prakash Solutions, that's the very important name in this entire investigation of the Morbi suspension bridge collapse, because this was the company which was given the contract by Oreva Group, subletted that contract to Dev Prakash Solutions to repair the bridge. In fact, on 24th, when the bridge was opened, the owner of Dev Prakash Solutions had spoken to the media and had said that they had put some aluminum flooring and, had made the bridge very sturdy and light as well. I am, about 2 hours and just about 160 kilometers from Morbi. Dhangadra is the name of this place, and this house that you see behind me is the registered office of or the address of Dev Prakash Solutions, the company that Devang Prakash Panchal is what the locals told me runs. It took us a lot of time to try and figure this house out and this place out. But at this moment, you can see the lock on the main door. It is shut, and most people not willing to talk to us on camera, but have informed us that for the last 3 to 4 days, the family has not been here. And apart from that, there were some locals who also said that this gentleman has been arrested or picked up by the police. He was not here. He was in some other location. And post the incident of the bridge collapse, he was picked up by the police. We cannot verify that because the police has not made an official statement about arresting or detaining Devang Prakash who, in fact, ladies and gentlemen, is the owner of the Dev Prakash Solutions, the company which apparently did the work for Oreva Group in repair and reconstruction of the suspension bridge. ये देवांग प्रकाश की बात कर रहे हैं, वो बिल्डिंग बनाते हैं, क्या करते हैं?
नहीं, उनका वो लोखंड का वो ऐसा उनका पूरा गोडाउन है बड़ा सा।
लोहे का?
हाँ।
लोखंड का है?
हाँ।
तो उनको वो अभी उनका घर यहीं है?
हाँ, पीछे ही। पर लेकिन घर पे कोई नहीं है। जाओगे ना, ताला है घर पे।
नहीं रहते हो?
हमें वो निकला है उनको, मतलब ऐसे नहीं जानता हूँ।
मतलब जो भी आप जानते हो वो बता दो बस।
मतलब उनका घर है इधर, बस इतना।
हाँ, इतना ही बता दो। इधर आ जाओ। पुलिस लेके गई है उनको?
हाँ, मतलब इधर से नहीं पकड़े, वो नहीं बाहर से पकड़े। आग गए थे ना उधर से।
किसने बताया आपको ये बात?
मैं तो शहरी में रहता हूँ, मुझे पता है। पीछे रहते हैं।
और उनका परिवार?
वो नहीं पता कहाँ।
क्या काम है उनका?
मतलब
वो क्या काम करते हैं?
वो यही सब गोडाउन है, वेल्डिंग का और उसका।
वेल्डिंग का काम है उनका। आप बता रहे थे कि उनका लोहे का गोडाउन भी है।
हाँ, मतलब वही वेल्डिंग का वही सब एक ही है। कहाँ पे हो तो मैंने नहीं देखा है, बाजार में है।
बाजार में? और इनका परिवार भी 3-4 दिन से यहाँ पर नहीं है?
नहीं, वो भी नहीं है, ताला ही है।
So that is what I found at Dev Prakash Solutions registered office, which is also apparently their residence. Let me also give our viewers an update. At that point of time, I did not have the access to that remand copy. Now, both this father-son duo are in police custody and they are accused number 3 and 4. They are the subcontractors who are in police custody right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the other big question is that whether this river behind me, where this tragedy took place, the Machu River, whether all the people are accounted for. Is there anybody missing? The rescue operations are still on. They start from the daybreak and go on till late in the night. My colleague Tanushree Pandey caught up with the fire and rescue chief of Morbi to try and understand how many people are still unaccounted for.
We are right now being joined by Director of State Fire Services, Mr. Bishnoi. Sir, thank you for speaking to NDTV. It's a very difficult situation and I'm sure we appreciate the efforts being put by the state government for the rescue operations, of course. So right now the most important question is how many people are unaccounted for?
Still 2 are missing, and maybe as this was the incident, you don't know how many persons were there. So many say that ours is missing. So no exact figure is as of now, but any probable we are searching for that.
Right, sir. But still, can we get a count or
I don't. As of now, I don't have.
Okay, Bishnoi sir, many families of migrant workers were also there.
Yeah.
Now those families were from outside Gujarat. तो क्या वो आकर missing persons report file करा रहे हैं? कोई ऐसा परिवार आप लोगों को?
Those are going to police, so that's why we don't know. But our job is there to find any probable inside the water. We are not leaving any stone unturned, and we are working day night. You can see. And we are using scuba sets also frequently, and sonars are also used, so that if many other things like mobile and other items belonging to the persons are found inside the water, and we are handing it over to police.
So the units of the defense, the NDRF teams are going to be here.
All are working as a team. State Fire Services, Defense and Paramilitary Forces, SDRF, NDRF, we all are working as a team.
It's a sad tragedy, but it's not an accident. It's a man-made disaster. And NDTV and our teams here will keep trying to find the answers so that the 135 can get justice. Thank you so much for being with us on Verified. News and updates continue on NDTV.